A wise person once told me, dreams don't work unless you do. And the more I walk through this journey called life, the more I realize how true those words really are. You can't just dream your way to success. You can't wish your way into greatness. Dreams are beautiful, but they're only the blueprint. You are the builder. And yet, so many of us spend our entire lives trying to fit in, trying to mold ourselves into what we think the world wants us to be. We chase approval. We crave validation. We try to blend into circles, cliques, trends, and groups. We bend ourselves to fit into sororities, social scenes, even relationships, hoping someone will finally see us as enough. But here's the truth. The very people we admire, the ones we put on pedestals, the icons, the leaders, the visionaries, they're not the ones who blended in. They're the ones who stood out. They didn't follow the crowd. They walked their own path. They didn't ask for permission. They gave themselves the authority to be different. Think about it. Every great story, every breakthrough, every innovation, it didn't come from someone who was trying to fit in. It came from someone who dared to stand alone, someone who believed in something long before the world agreed. And the thing that separates those people from the rest is not luck. It's not talent alone, it's preparation. Because when you are prepared, fear cannot control you. When you've put in the hours, when you've done the work, when you've built the foundation brick by brick, fear has nowhere to stand. There's no fear of failure when you've trained for the fall. There's no fear of rejection when you've built your worth from within. There's no fear of the unknown when you've armed yourself with discipline, knowledge, and faith. You see, failure isn't the end. It's not even the enemy. It's the process. It's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. Most people stop when they fail. They walk away, assuming that failure is a sign they're not good enough. But the truth is, failure is feedback. It's information. It's life saying, this path needs adjusting. Every time you fail, you're learning something. You're collecting data. You're refining your approach. You're discovering what doesn't work so you can uncover what does. And yes, I've failed. You failed. We all have. And we will again. Because failure is not something you escape. It's something you embrace. The question is, what will you do with it? Because failure can either be your prison or your passport. It can chain you down or it can carry you forward. It all depends on how you choose to use it. So ask yourself, what would my future look like if I truly wanted something so deeply, so passionately, that I was willing to prepare for it every single day, even when I was afraid? What if you wanted it so bad that you stopped waiting for the perfect moment and started creating one? What if you were so committed that fear became irrelevant, not because it disappeared, but because it no longer defined you? There's a book that says, feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's exactly what preparation gives you. The courage to act in spite of fear, because fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal, a sign that you're stepping outside your comfort zone where growth happens. And growth is never painless. It's stretching, it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you respond. You can't control every circumstance, every curveball, every heartbreak, but you can control your reaction. You can control your effort. You can control your preparation. And no matter who you are, no matter where you've come from, no matter how far behind you feel, you have the power to remove the lid that's been placed over your life. We all have one. A lid of doubt, a lid of fear, a lid of comfort, a lid of excuses. It's that invisible ceiling that tells you this is as far as you'll ever go. And the tragedy is, most people never take it off. They live their whole lives capped by limitations they accepted without questioning. So how do you know if you've still got the lid on? Here are some clues. If you wake up in the morning and you're not excited about life, the lid is on. If you feel stuck, bored, or unfulfilled, the lid is on. If you always have time to say yes to everyone else's requests, but never time to pursue your own calling, the lid is on. If your dreams sound reasonable to everyone around you, the lid is on. Because real dreams aren't supposed to sound reasonable. They're supposed to sound ridiculous. They're supposed to make people doubt you. They're supposed to make you doubt yourself. If your dream doesn't make you a little scared, a little uncomfortable, a little restless, it's not big enough. When you tell your vision to your friends and they all say, "Yeah, that makes sense," you're dreaming too small. Because great dreams don't make sense at first. Great dreams challenge logic. They defy your current capacity. They demand growth. So take the lid off. Stop shrinking yourself to fit a world that's waiting for you to expand. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable in the dark. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. They'll never come. Perfection is a mirage. Preparation is the key. And faith is the engine. The people who change the world aren't the ones who had it all figured out. They're the ones who kept showing up, unpolished, uncertain, and unafraid to fail, until they got it right. They're the ones who believed when no one else did, who worked when no one was watching, who prepared in the shadows. This is your moment. This is your season. Your destiny is calling. And can I tell you something? Your dream is not dead. It's just not in season yet. The seed didn't fail. It's just been growing underground. The roots have been forming. The soil has been shifting. The timing is aligning. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are on the way. Doors are about to open that no one can shut. The promises you've been standing on, the prayers you've been whispering in the dark, the vision you've been carrying in your heart, they're not forgotten. Lack is not your destiny. Struggle is not your identity. Barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions, these temporary setbacks, they're not here to break you. They're here to build you. They're temporary, but the glory that's coming, that's eternal. So start speaking faith again against your playful heart. Don't let bitterness steal your joy. Don't let pain harden your soul. Because when you stop playing, when you stop laughing, when you stop loving, you stop living. I believe in manifestation. I believe in faith. I believe that when you put a rocket of desire out into the universe and you truly believe, you attract it back. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you believe for. You have to see it before you see it. You have to believe you already have it before it arrives. That's the key. You've got to become acutely sensitized, aware, observant, awake to whether what you're doing is actually working or not. That awareness, that sensory acuity, that's real intelligence. Because intelligence isn't just about IQ or numbers or knowledge. Intelligence is about distinction. It's about how clearly you can see reality. It's how many details you can notice, how many patterns you can recognize. It's about saying something's off, I need to adjust, or this is working. I need to double down. That's intelligence. And right now, you might be facing something that feels too big. You might be in a place that feels too heavy. You might be thinking, I can't handle this. But I'm here to tell you, you can handle this. You just haven't figured it out yet. And that's okay, because this is your training period. This is your tuition. This is what you pay to learn what you don't know yet. You're not failing, you're in class. And just because you don't know how to do it yet, doesn't mean you can't. Other people have done it. So can you. You don't need to be Einstein. You just need to be teachable. Get around people who know more than you. Find mentors. Read books. Attend workshops. Watch the ones who've done it right. Success leaves clues. Follow them. Learn how to manage your life, your business, your time, your emotions. Change the way you see yourself, because how you see yourself determines how you show up. And here's a truth you've got to remember. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to take care of your dream like you will. It's your responsibility, your destiny, your baby. Tend to the details, protect it, build it, and don't get discouraged when you fall. Because the most successful people in any field, the ones standing at the top, are usually the ones who failed the most. They've stumbled, they've fallen, They've been rejected, broken, and overlooked again and again. The only difference is they kept going. The difference between the successful and the average isn't strength. It isn't knowledge, it's will. Will to endure, will to learn, will to rise again. You've got what it takes. You just have to decide. Decide to stay in the fight. Decide to keep believing. Decide to keep chasing that hero, the one 10 years ahead. Because that version of you is calling. He's wiser, stronger, more peaceful. He's been through the fire, and he's still standing. But he doesn't come to you. You've got to go to him. So keep moving. Keep becoming. Keep chasing. You must experience all of what this life is before you go. The joy, the pain, the struggle, the triumph, because that's what it means to live. Don't shrink from life. Don't hide from challenges. Don't fear failure. Experience it. Learn from it. Let it shape you, not break you. Because when you truly live, when you truly experience this life in all its fullness, you stop asking, why me? And you start saying, try me. It's all up to you. The hero you're chasing, the dream you're building, the life you're living, it's all up to you. In a world that constantly teaches us to look outward for answers, to seek validation from others, to chase success that can be measured and happiness that can be bought, we've forgotten something sacred. We've forgotten that the answer isn't out there, it's within. We're taught to believe that the right job will make us happy, that the right amount of money will finally give us peace, that if we could just get that one opportunity, that one promotion, that one relationship, then we'd be fulfilled. But the truth is, no external thing can fill a void that was never meant to be filled from the outside. The answer is already in you. The strength you're searching for is already within your soul. The peace you crave has been sitting in silence, waiting for you to listen. The direction you're looking for, it's not in the noise, it's in the stillness. You already have it. You already hold the key. But the question is, will you unlock it? Will you unleash it? Will you step into the truth of who you are meant to be? Will you give what's inside of you to the world? Will you own your power? Will you stop living small and start walking in the fullness of your potential? Because deep down you already know you were meant for more. You were designed for greatness. You were built with intention. And yes, the journey will require courage. Because to become who you were created to be, you have to let go of who the world told you to be. You have to unlearn the noise, the fear, the conditioning. You have to face yourself. Reinvention isn't easy. It demands humility, patience, and faith. It asks you to break the bow that's strung too tight. Because when you're stretched beyond balance, you break. See, life is not meant to be lived on one extreme. The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, and that's one of the greatest lessons you'll ever learn. That bow is within. Purpose is within. And when you finally stop searching and start where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. Not a step behind, not a second late. You're on schedule. And in the midst of all this, remember balance. Yes, stay focused. Stay hungry, stay disciplined. But don't forget to live. Don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to love. Because success means nothing if it costs you your soul. Achievements mean nothing if you lose your joy on the journey. The goal isn't to become busy, it's to become whole. The goal isn't just to climb higher, it's to grow deeper. Because what good is reaching the mountaintop if you're empty inside? What good is chasing dreams if you forget to dream with your heart? So slow down when you need to. Rest when your spirit calls for it. Let grace do its work. Rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. Even the ocean pulls back before it surges forward. Even the sun sets before it rises again. You don't need to force what's meant to flow. And as you continue, remember this. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's walking forward despite it. It's saying, I may not know every step, but I trust the one who orders them. It's moving even when your knees shake. Speaking even when your voice trembles. Believing even when your heart is weary. That's what courage looks like. It's not loud. It's not always visible. Sometimes it's as simple as getting out of bed, trying again, forgiving again, believing again. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, you'll look back and you'll see that every delay was divine. Every detour was direction, every closed door was protection, every unanswered prayer was redirection. You'll see that nothing was wasted. The pain, the struggle, the silence, the setbacks, they all shaped you, prepared you, refined you. They carved strength into your bones and wisdom into your soul. So don't quit, don't run, don't shrink. Stand tall, breathe deep, keep walking, keep trusting, keep becoming. Because this moment, this journey, this chapter, it's not random, it's sacred. It's the unfolding of who you truly are. You are not behind, you are becoming. You are not forgotten, you are being formed. You are not lost, you are being led. And when the time is right, and when the roots are strong, when the heart is ready, when the soul has learned what it needed to learn, you'll rise, not by force, not by striving, but naturally, effortlessly, authentically. Because you were never meant to chase greatness, you were meant to grow into it. There comes a moment when the waiting ends, when the storm clears, when the noise fades, when you realize you've crossed the line between who you were and who you were meant to be. It doesn't happen in an instant. It's not a single sunrise or one victorious shout. It's quieter than that, more sacred. It's when you wake up one morning and your heart no longer trembles the way it used to. When the things that once broke you no longer hold power. When the weight that once bent your back now feels like strength in your shoulders. That's how you'll know you've arrived at the next chapter. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are different. You've become the person who can hold the blessings you once prayed for. You've become the kind of soul that can walk through fire and not lose its light. And as you step into this season, understand this. Your victories are not accidents. They're confirmations. They're reminders that all those nights you stayed up believing, all those days you kept showing up when nothing made sense, all those tears you cried when no one was watching, they mattered. None of it was wasted. Every moment was a brick in the foundation of your becoming. Every delay was shaping your destiny. Every trial was teaching your spirit how to rise. You're walking now in what you once only dreamed of. You're living what you used to pray for. But this isn't the end. This is the beginning. Because purpose isn't a destination, it's a direction. There's always another mountain, another level, another calling. You didn't come this far just to settle. You came this far to soar. So move with intention, speak with power, live with gratitude. Don't shrink now. Don't apologize for the light that's growing in you. You paid for that light with tears, with faith, with perseverance. You've earned the right to stand tall. But as you rise, remember, true greatness isn't measured by applause, it's measured by impact. It's not how high you climb, but how many you lift along the way. The blessing isn't meant to stop with you. It's meant to flow through you. You are not a reservoir, you are a river. What you've been given, give back. What you've learned, teach. What you've healed from, help others heal. Because that's where fulfillment is found. In serving, in giving, in becoming a vessel for something bigger than yourself. You've seen what happens when you trust the process. Now see what happens when you trust yourself. When you stop second-guessing your worth. When you step into rooms and know you belong. When you speak and your voice no longer trembles. It resonates. When you walk and your steps leave echoes of purpose behind you. This is what all the preparation was for. Not to make you perfect, but to make you ready. Ready to lead. Ready to love. Ready to shine. Ready to handle what's coming next with grace, not greed. With vision, not vanity. Because real power doesn't shout. It moves. Real faith doesn't fear. It acts. Real success doesn't boast. It builds. You are building something now, not just a life, but a legacy. One day, people will look at you and see the fruit, but only you will know the root. the unseen years, the hidden tears, the quiet choices that no one else noticed, but you'll smile because you'll know it was all worth it. And as you continue, remember, don't forget who you were when you started. Don't forget the hunger, the hope, the humility. Let gratitude be your guardrail. Let faith remain your compass. Let love be your language, because the same heart that carried you through the valley will carry you across the mountain. You've come a long way, but there's still more to do, more to give, more to become. And that's the beauty of this journey. It never truly ends. There's always more growth, more grace, more glory ahead. So keep your eyes lifted. Keep your hands open. Keep your heart soft. And keep moving forward. Not because you have to prove anything, but because you finally understand. This is who you were always meant to be. You are no longer searching. You are walking in it. And every step you take now is purpose in motion. There comes a time, after all the running, all the reaching, all the relentless striving, when you finally stop and realize that what you were chasing has been within you all along. You've spent years searching, stretching, pushing, fighting to become something, to prove something, to arrive somewhere. Everything the world told you to want, but because you've released everything you no longer need, you're not running anymore. You're not reaching for validation. You're not trying to fit into rooms you've outgrown or wear masks that hide your truth. You're finally free. You've learned that the greatest journey is not the miles you travel, but the inches you move within. From fear to faith, from doubt to trust, from noise to silence, from striving to surrender. You've walked through the storms, you've faced the darkness, and you've come out with light in your eyes and peace in your heart. You've seen what happens when faith carries you further than fear ever could. You've seen how grace shows up in the details, quiet, unseen, faithful. You look back now and smile, not because the path was easy, but because it was worth it. Every heartbreak taught you compassion. Every setback taught you strength. Every unanswered prayer taught you patience. Every delay taught you timing. Every failure taught you humility. Every season, every single one, was a necessary part of your becoming. You realize now that the universe was never against you. It was building you, preparing you, aligning you, and now you stand here, not with arrogance, but with gratitude. You stand here not as a perfect person, but as a present one, not with all the answers, but with peace in the questions. Because the older you get, the more you understand. It was never about having everything figured out. It was about learning to trust while you walked in the dark. It was about becoming the kind of person who could carry light, not just for yourself, but for others too. You see, true arrival isn't standing on top of the mountain. It's realizing you've become the mountain, steady, unmoved, grounded. You don't climb for approval anymore. You rise for purpose. You don't reach to escape who you were. You grow to become who you were made to be. You've stopped comparing your chapter to someone else's story, because you finally understand no one can walk your path but you. And as you stand in this peace, you begin to notice others, the ones still wandering, still searching, still carrying heavy loads. You see the exhaustion in their eyes, the doubt in their step, the questions in their hearts. And you remember, you were once there. You know what it feels like to doubt your worth, to question your path, to wonder if the waiting will ever end. So now you reach back. You extend a hand. You become the mentor, the light, the voice that says, you're not lost, you're learning. You're not late when you're being prepared. Keep going. You're closer than you think. This is legacy. Not what you leave behind in possessions, but what you leave behind in people. The words you speak, the hope you spark, the courage you awaken. The real impact is invisible. It's the ripple effect your faith sends out into the world. You were never meant to keep the wisdom you gained. You were meant to give it away. Because a life that blesses only itself is small. A life that pours into others is eternal. And in this final stretch, you understand something sacred. That peace is not the absence of motion, it's the presence of meaning. You may still have dreams ahead of you, mountains left to climb, songs left to sing, but the striving is gone. You move differently now. You work with purpose, not pressure. You love with depth, not demand. You live not to impress, but to express the fullness of who you are. There's a softness in your strength now, a stillness in your soul. You no longer need to shout to be heard. Your presence speaks louder than words. You no longer chase doors to open. You've become